Hello guys, welcome to my new video. I want to show you how to make the easiest focaccia. So for those of you who don't know, focaccia is kind of a mixture between pizza and bread because it's similar to pizza dough, but it's dressed with simply olive oil, rosemary, and a little bit of salt. Then there are kind of more version of it, but this is kind of the standard traditional one, and that's what I'm gonna show you. So without any further ado, let's begin. I start by putting the flour in a bowl. The type of flour I'm using is flour 0 MANITOBA, but also all-purpose flour will work just fine. Then I added the dry yeast and this sugar. I give it a mix and then I'm ready to pour in some warm water. It's important that the water is warm to help the yeast do its job in a short amount of time. I stir it a few times, and before it's all compacted together, I throw in the salt. The reason why I'm adding the salt at this point is because it's best to avoid that the salt gets in direct contact with the yeast, as it could interfere with the yeast growth. I pour in also 1 tablespoon of olive oil and I give it a last quick stir. Now let's cover the bowl with some plastic wrap and a cloth. How easy was that? No kneading, just a simple spoon and your dough is ready. Now I let it rest for 2 hours in a warm and dry place. After the 2 hours wait, I oil a pan covered with parchment paper with some olive oil. And I'll leave the link to watch the video how olive oil is made up here. I suggest to also oil the inside of the pan a bit so that the parchment paper sticks better to it. And then in a small bowl, I mix a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and 1 tablespoon of water. Stir it well and add some chopped up fresh rosemary, which will provide a very nice aroma to the focaccia. Now I put the dough into a pan of about 15 inches by 10. I advise to oil your finger a bit since the dough is very sticky. Pour the oily mixture and start spreading the dough on the pan just like this. Use your fingers to poke dents in it, and I find this to be so relaxing. It's like an anti-stress activity. I really enjoy it. Now cover the pan again and let the focaccia bread rest again for another hour. You'll notice that the focaccia not only grew even more, but also has more bubbles. And at this point, I added a bit more salt at the top. I poked the dough a bit more, which is very satisfying. Note that you could dress this dough with tomato sauce, cheese, and whatever other topping and kind of transform it into a pizza, but I like to use this kind of recipe to make focaccia bread. The focaccia bread is now ready to be put in the oven. So I preheated the oven at 440 Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna put the focaccia bread in it for 20 to 25 minutes. Then I take it out of the oven and I let it cool down just a little bit, and then if you want, I advise to drizzle a bit more of olive oil at the top. I absolutely love this focaccia because it's fluffy but also crunchy on the outside. And then it just blows my mind to think how easy it is to make it. Very little work is required for such a satisfying result. Cut up a big slice and enjoy it. Soft, crunchy, and delicious. Try it out and I'm sure you will not regret it. Time to taste it. So good. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you leave it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my channel for new weekly videos. Bye bye.